And this is why we feel this way. Now, hold on. Let's run this. Let's run this. Let's run this. Let's run this. Go ahead.
College kids are telling us Trump's State of the Union didn't go so well. The only problem? It's tomorrow. Rate Trump's State of the Union speech 1 out of 10. 1's the worst, 10's the best.
Negatives.
And why?
I think we all know a lot of reasons.
Yeah. What about the State of the Union?
See, what she's basically showing you is that the most of the people making these damn comments don't know shit. They don't spend the time to watch it. They probably watched 10 minutes and went back to scratching their balls because they realized it's just too long and complicated. I don't like the red guy, the yellow guy, or whatever they were, the orange guy. I don't like him, so I'm not gonna watch it. Joke. Then you have kids like this who make statements about stuff they have no idea about. They didn't even take the time to realize what day of the week it was. It's the day before the State of the Union.
Last night, 1 to 10.
It was like a 1 or 2. I mean, it was all over the place.
Probably just give him a 0 overall.
Gonna give it a 1.
And why do you say 1?
I don't think he's very articulate.
How did Trump do at the State of the Union?
0.
I'm gonna be real, I didn't watch it.
I didn't really watch it much. I watched it for a little bit, but turned it off.
The State of the Union last night. How was that? 1 to 10.
That was last night. That was tomorrow.
No, you're good. You passed the test. Good job.
Wow, this is both funny and terrifying at the same time. We are truly living in a day and age when evidence and facts and the truth do not matter at all. They didn't even hesitate to say, I didn't like what he said. What he said was bad, knowing full well that they had no idea what he said. This is how we get a bunch of puppets who are willing to say, Trump is racist, conservatives are...
That's a puppet. That's a puppet. The puppet is the person who you've already taken the talking points. You don't do any education. We all know that. Reading is not fundamental for your ass. Oh no. It's not. It's not fun for your mental, nor is it required for your state. Education only stops when the soundbite stops. That's it.
Evil, you're all fascists, and not knowing whether or not it's actually true is not a problem. They'll just make things up if they have to make their case. That's how stifled these people's conscience has become. And it's also why when we show them evidence that the opposite is true, that the facts prove the opposite, that doesn't matter because the truth didn't matter in the first place.
If there's one thing the State of the Union proved, it's that patriotism and love of country really bother these folks on the left. As President Trump said, these people are crazy. The fact that some Democrats would not stand for a 100-year-old veteran who sacrificed for this country so we can have freedoms and liberties is absolutely sickening.
I didn't even talk about that part. I thought that was crazy. This dude, 100-year-old veteran. Damn, we are coming down slowly to the generation that fought on the beaches of Normandy, D-Day, being gone, like extinct. Even with all of the information that we've gotten from them, I mean, just them being alive, the boldness, the balls to do what they did, we're losing that. And now you get these jokers. I told you, it's not left and right. It's globalism, the globalist, the patriots, and the nationalist. And a lot of these people don't even know they globalist. They don't really know they are. They don't even know what that means. So we gonna keep going. But they didn't even stand there to actually raise their heads, salute, and say thank you because you did what you did. I got a free country and I'm living here. These
Also would not stand for Irina Zarutska's family. Irina was stabbed on the train coming home from work. There were over 70 Democrats who would not even show up for the State of the Union. They hosted an alternative Drain the Swamp event with people in frog costumes. They are a bunch of overgrown theater kids who don't want to do any actual work. They can't even get participation trophies because they didn't participate or show up. Now, Sisterhood of the Traveling Scammers, they did show up, but the second President Trump mentioned fraud or loving our country, Ilhan Omar was apoplectic. She was melting down. There are Democrats who would not stand for the Olympic men's hockey team. This isn't even a partisan issue. Okay, sports are supposed to bring everybody together. Look at this guy. Okay, he's in a mask. He won't even turn to look at them. This is a member of the media. Remember, 90% of the media, they hate you and I, and they also align themselves with the Democratic Party and carry water for them. One Democrat who did show up was Nancy Pelosi. I don't know if she was overserved at dinner. She had a hard time keeping her eyes open, but a diet consisting of nothing but Pinot Grigio and hatred for Donald Trump can't be good for your body. I've said it before, but I'll say it again because I know some of you are new here. I don't even think this country is divided by Republicans and Democrats anymore. It's divided by those who love the United States of America and those who seek to destroy it. You can look at some of these polls, right? A huge swath of Democrats believe political violence and extremism are justified. What's sad is that there actually are a few good Democrats who want to work across the aisle, get things done. They come to Washington with good intentions, but now they have to capitulate to this extremist wing of the party, and we're looking at it right now. These are people who do not want you and I to even be here. The Democrats in Washington, they claim to hate President Trump, but they offer nothing else. You guys have no identity.
That's the whole point. That like what he just said right there. They don't offer anything. They won't sit back and take what they know to be a good program and to break it down and say, listen, this is how we can help the people. This is how we can actually make this thing make sense, Mr. President. This is how we can actually advance this. We can find a win-win. See, they never built anything. They never negotiated with anybody on anything. They never did business. Damn, all they did was, they didn't even do sales. They not even, because even in sales, you know you can negotiate the deal. That's why they call it the art of the deal, baby. You get drawn. They act like the person, and this is just a lesson for you guys. When you walk into somewhere and they give you a crazy number, when they give you some crazy off-the-wall number, it's meant to get you into a place of shock, and that begins the negotiation from them from a place of strength. So you know. So when you see somebody say, we want borders closed and no more illegals, and you're like, okay, yes, but we got people here, Mr. President. How can we negotiate so that these people can now begin to assimilate into Western society, into American society, and have families? They don't do that. They don't do that. They need your vote. They need your vote. See, one thing I can be sure about with Donald Trump, honestly, this is one thing I can be 100% sure about. Donald Trump loves America. Donald Trump's business flourished because this country is what it is. Yeah, even with businesses overseas, there is nothing that rivals the American economic system. I mean, they got you plugged up to the matrix too, right? They're ciphering energy out of your behind, right? It's simply because it works. We have an infrastructure that a lot of countries don't have. I can be sure about that. Ilhan Omar, I can't be sure about that. Presley, I can't be sure about that. None of these other ones, especially the mayor down in Minnesota that wants to be Somalian, I can't be sure about that. And we're going to talk about Somalia tomorrow, or either day after tomorrow, because we're going to talk about the clan mentality and how 80% of the Somalians down there have this type of clan mentality. And I'm going to show you what that means, because some people are dumb to do the research. So I'm going to bring it to you, bro. I'm going to bring it to you. Hold on. I got a little excited. I'm going to bring it to you, bro. I'm going to bring it to you.
You have nothing going for you. You have no policies to put forth. All you have is Trump derangement syndrome. We're over here loving the country. We're patriotic. We are not going to apologize for loving the United States of America. And we have free speech. You don't have to love President Trump. You don't have to like him. But if you don't admit that the country is better off now than it was 4 years ago, then you're lying to yourself. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for liking and following. Drop a comment. Tell me what you thought about the State of the Union. I will see you on the next one. Bye.
It was the State of the Union address tonight. It was. I don't know if you guys knew that. And the lack of patriotism on the side of the Democrats aisle, kind of scary. I mean, I'm not going to say no more. You guys let me know what you think about this shit.
In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life.
Just want y'all to remind me real quick why we should care about people who are here illegally when shit like this is happening. It's not about grouping them all up. It's about when you let one, you gotta let the other. So let none in. Do it the right way, or don't do it at all. Illegal is illegal is illegal.
Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
Now look, we're talking about an American citizen who lost their life not because they were doing something malicious, mischievous, not because they were breaking a law. They were in their own home. They were attacked brutally. All right? Poked up 24 times in a bathtub. And these people can't even stand up to show respect to the mother that's in the gallery. The mother of that daughter is in the gallery. They can't stand up to show respect.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world.
And that's why I say, I listen to all this craziness and people crying and Trump's the mean man. You don't like Trump. He's a punk. He's a punk too. Dude, Trump is going to be going in the next 2.5 years. All you're doing is sowing the seeds of your destruction, honestly. Because I don't care who the person is. I will never vote for that party. I just couldn't. And this is the thing. They have to come in with a conservative mindset that the family is first, that American citizens are first, that we must take care of our country so we can actually grow to be some people that take care of other people in other countries. We have to grow to that point. We got to step back and go back and take care of our own shit first. And they're just planting seeds. That's it. They getting emotionally upset. Oh, Trump. Trump is going to be going. That's it. In 2.5 years, Trump is going to be going. That's it. Now you're going to have to convince America that the next candidate that you bring to the helm is actually has the balls to do the job. And 99.9% of the time, they're going to be like Tim Walz. They not going to have any balls. Oh, no. We talk about one of those dogs that go over to the SPCA where they take the dogs to shelters and they clip the balls.
Congratulations. Well done.
Hey, y'all going to be walking in. Our new commander-in-chief. Tim Ballless Waltz.
The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you.
Out of both them two terms, that's got to be the realest thing this man has said. As you can see, there's an entire aisle, half of the room, that won't stand up for an American citizen who lost their life. Yeah, he is. He and his cabinet are the ones standing in the way of the debauchery from happening to our country, the way that it was the last 4 years. Shout out, Mr. 47. We love you, bro. We're going to keep fucking holding you down. For the non-lazy watchers watching this, make sure you hearting this. Make sure you sharing, resharing this. Make sure you saving this. Let's open up this conversation so the world can see just how patriotic they are not in the Democrat Party.
Love them or hate them, that State of the Union address was pretty awesome. Very America, fuck yeah vibes. And two things that stood out in my opinion. Number one was all of the awesome awards and medals handed out to all of the incredibly amazing people that were invited to come, including all of the USA service members, as well as the USA hockey gold Olympic champs. So that was really cool. And then secondly, I understand that like if it's a Democratic president, the Republicans don't really stand a lot, and when it's a Republican, the Democrats don't really stand a lot. But when Trump said that I think we could all agree on this, our jobs as politicians is to protect American citizens and not illegal aliens, no Democrats stood up. None of them. They all hate U.S. citizens.
Wow.
Come on. Come on.
See, it's never what you do, it's how do you perceive what you do. I don't care if you had a reason for doing it because you didn't like Trump. Guess what? Nobody sees your dislike of Trump. Matter of fact, we see your dislike of Trump worse. That means you don't want to do what you were hired to do because you don't like Trump. And that's petty. That's petty. That's like those trolls out there trying to create a name for themselves, but they're really nobody, and they think since they tell you they don't like you, oh my gosh, I'm melting. Oh my gosh.
So what'd you think? The 2026 State of the Union address is in the can. I thought President Trump did great. There were a few, of course, moments that stuck out for me. A lot of it was, first of all, about 70 some odd Democrats not showing up. Your job is to represent the people of your district or your state. And if you can't show up and do that at the State of the Union address, why are you in Congress? You're not there for yourself, man. You're there for those who sent you there. Having said that, of course, it really sticks out of my mind when the hockey team showed up and got their proper applause and kudos. And I just thought it was great. It really was. It was a real USA, USA, USA moment. It was a real I love this country moment. No matter what you are politically, it's a great country. And then he sort of got the left to start standing up when they probably didn't want to. When he talked about not trading if you're in Congress. When he talked about firefighters, they had to stand up for that. When of course, he was awarding the 100-year-old men who fought for this country valiantly. When he was awarding them, they stood up. When he was awarding the guy who did the masterful job in Venezuela, they stood up. The one point, though, he said, stand up if you believe your job one in the government in the United States is to keep the people of America safe, the United States citizens, not illegal aliens safe, stand up. And they didn't stand up on the left. They did, of course, stand up on the right. Very good speech, very pro-America speech. I left it pumped up. I learned that Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib are even lower lives than I thought they were, which I didn't think that you could possibly get lower, but
don't forget Representative Presley.
Omar yelling the entire time was very strange, but give me your grade in the comments right now. How do you think the speech went? I thought it was great. Come on.
What? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it's so many things I could say about that whole speech, bro. And it's about last night. It is so much just weird. Just I realize how weird some of you guys are right now.